here's an interesting topic, and I really look at this one as the bloodline of your business. So if you're in the business of manufacturing something, your manufacturer is your bloodline. So when you say, oh, anybody can make a sneaker for me, or anybody can make a sunglass for me, that's not always true. And I've kind of learned this over years of doing manufacturing myself, that's your key. Having an audience is great, having a brand name is great, and selling distribution, it's great. But if you don't have a product, you have zero. So always my number one thing is what is your product going to be, and where are you going to manufacture it? So that's probably the biggest hurdle. So choosing a product is pretty easy, but choosing a good manufacturer could be very difficult. So I want you to really take the time to make sure that when you do come up with a product, that you also have the alliance or the partnership with the brand or with the manufacturer itself. Because it really is a business partnership, and I've always valued that. And not only because I went from just using vendors to turn around and doing private label for 500 plus brands, I understood that from the beginning that that's the most important part of your business. If you don't have a product, you have no business. So coming up with an idea and then thinking of what that product is, you really, really need to take to heart where it's being manufactured, who's manufacturing it, what the timelines of when they're manufacturing, sampling, production. There's a lot that goes into this. This is kind of an interesting thing for me because I've really taken it to heart over the 30 years of doing manufacturing product for myself, but also for others. But really take this to heart. So whatever it may be, whatever you want to get into, really take your time with who you get to produce your product for you, and make sure that factory has your best interest, treats you fairly. Time and money, those are always they're always an issue. You know, it's like, hey, that guy can make it. He can make it for less, but it takes longer. This guy can make it for this, but it costs more. You know, it's funny, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you can make a product and deliver it on time. And if you've got a good factory that consistently makes product for you, really do take the time to stick with them and build a partnership over a long period of time. That's really where I've kind of driven home in my years of experience is understanding who the factory is and who's producing it. And I think that that's something you should really take to heart, you know, when you're thinking about what that product is and where you're producing it. And we can always say, like, I don't want to produce in foreign countries, I want to bring it to USA. But there's a lot of products that just can't be done in America, it's sad, but at the end of the day, we're just not good at certain things. And you know, it's always, you know, making sure that, hey, the laws are all there and it's good for all the people that are involved. And when I go to the factories and I sit down with the owners and I look at the employees and I look what they're doing for the employees and they're really making a difference in that country or that city, that's somebody I can step behind and I can back that up. So I think that that's one of the things I want you to really concentrate on when you're starting this brand, is really manufacturing. What is that product and who is that person that's doing it, and do you trust them? Because to go on to Alibaba.com or whatever online stuff in the World Wide Web, you can find anything cheaper, no question about it. But can you find the quality that you want, and can you find the turnaround time that you want, and feel good about that product when it gets to your customer? So when choosing a product and choosing a manufacturer, take the time and really concentrate on checking out all the available people. Really do your homework, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you find a good factory that takes care of you.